My dear brothers and sisters, today we celebrate with great joy the solemnity of the Annunciation of the Lord, a deeply mysterious date, full of meaning. On March 25th, exactly 9 months before Christmas, we proclaim one of the most extraordinary truths of our faith. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. God entered the world, but not with spectacle, not with human power. He entered in silence, in a small house, in Nazareth. An almost hidden event, yet one that changed the entire history of humanity. And there is something even deeper. The tradition of the Church teaches us that on that same day, March 25th, 33 years later, Jesus would die on Calvary. In other words, the day of the Incarnation and the day of redemption coincide. Saints like St. Augustine and St. Bede reflected on this. The entrance of the Son of God into the world and his self-giving on the cross form a single mystery, a single act of love. But why exactly this date? In the land of Jesus, March 25th marks the beginning of spring, and this is not by chance. All of creation seems to align with its Creator. Christ comes into the world in spring, and he also offers his life in a new spring, the spring of our salvation. See the spiritual beauty in this. In Nazareth, Mary says, "Behold the handmaid of the Lord." And on Calvary, Jesus says, "Father, into your hands I commend my spirit." 2 yeses that changed the destiny of humanity. That is why celebrating the Annunciation in the middle of Lent does not break the Lenten spirit. On the contrary, it illuminates Lent, because Jesus came into the world with a clear purpose, to give his life for us. From the very first moment in the womb of Mary to the final moment on the cross, the whole life of Christ was a single sacrifice of love. Yes, a single moment of God in this world would have been enough to save us, but he wanted more. He chose to live our condition, to experience our pain, to take on our weaknesses, and to reveal to the very end how much he loves us. The one who is incarnate in silence in Nazareth is the same who gives himself publicly on Calvary, so that all may see how far the love of God goes. As the Scripture says, having loved his own, he loved them to the end. And in this great mystery there is also a silent yet essential presence, the Virgin Mary. She is in Nazareth saying yes to the angel, and she is on Calvary saying yes once again to the will of God. She teaches us the path of surrender, the path of trust, the path of obedience. Today we are invited to do the same. Just as the heavens align, just as creation obeys the Creator, so too we must align our hearts and say with faith, with humility, with trust, "Let it be done to me according to your will." God bless you.